A former Britain's Got Talent star is facing up to 6 years in jail over a corporate fraud in which he hid debts of £3 million from company investors. Dancer Liam Collins, 44, who starred in the ITV show as one half of duo Faces of Disco, ran a building firm with cousin David Bone which offered investment in student accommodation. But despite their 27 properties in their portfolio having no equity, the pair set up another similar firm. They persuaded investors into giving them up to £1 million by falsely claiming investments would be safe as they would be used to purchase buy-to-let properties. They also wrongly claimed they had signed off a business deal worth £20 million. In fact, the money was used to pay existing debts on the portfolio, and 9 unwitting investors lost between £5,000 and £50,000 each. Fraud Squad police were called in after Collins and 37-year-old Bone were formally declared bankrupt in May 2012 following an investigation by the Financial Standards Authority. At Manchester Crown Court, Collins, from Springfield Park, Newcastle, and Bone from Astley, near Wigan, admitted fraudulent trading. Both will be sentenced on Friday, but prosecutors have asked for imprisonment between 3 and 6 years. Collins had been a contestant on the 2009 series and reached the semi-final with his dance act with a friend in which they wore masks featuring famous people and danced to popular hits. Away from the cameras, Collins and Bone claimed to have launched an audacious bid to buy Michael Jackson's Neverland estate, claiming they were trying to fork out between £5 million and £15 million to take control of the ranch in Santa Barbara, California, and they planned to turn it into a shrine dedicated to the singer. But in that same year, the pair's firm, the CBS Group, collapsed with £3 million debts, and mortgage firms appointed receivers to make sure rents from their property portfolio would be used to pay mortgage arrears. The following year, Collins and Bone set up CBP, falsely promising investors high interest returns in the purchase, renovation and rental of more student properties. The two men talked of secured bonds, but investments were transferred into Bone's bank account to be spent as they wished. Julian King, prosecuting, said, "The other way the defendants made people think their money was safe was by telling them that their money was secure because their investment was secured against the value of their 27 properties, that is, these could be sold to pay off any amount owing." Both defendants knew that the properties had been controlled by receivers and had no equity, and as such presented no realistic security. Yet even after legal advice they received, they were misleading people. The reality was that the assurance that they had 27 properties, which provided security for people tempted by the scheme, was really no assurance at all. And, of course, the defendants didn't tell anyone that fact. The Financial Services Authority warned the two men to stop taking cash, and Collins wrote to investigators insisting, "We will immediately cease to accept new clients and investments." But he and Bone continued accepting payments over a 6-month period. Inquiries revealed £874,000 had been given to Collins and Bones between January 10 and April 11, of which 200